This thing is on.
This thing is on.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the PASHLEY podcast, where laughter is medicine.
Laughter is the best medicine.
Oh, well,
And pickleball is a close second.
welcome to the PASHLEY podcast, where laughter is the best medicine.
And pickleball is a close second.
You're-
As you can tell, this is our first podcast, and the first podcast always sucks. So we're leaning into that. We're diving into the deep end. Thanks for hanging out with us while we fumble our way around.
That's right. I am Patrick Sullivan.
And
It's-
I'm Ashley Leroux. Did I already say that?
No. It's Monday, April 22nd. We are at home in Fountain Hills today. We are launching episode 1 of the PASHLEY podcast. We are delighted to have you aboard with us. Our goal is for this to be a daily show where we cover 3 things: laugh, learn, love. Something that makes me laugh, something that I learn, and something that I loved, all kind of about yesterday. So, Ashley, without further ado, may I tell you
The joke of the day.
the Johnny joke of the day? Well, my friend said she couldn't afford to pay her huge water bill, so I sent her a get well soon card.
Oh, wow. I don't know. Anybody from the comments? Is that good?
Get well soon.
Get well soon. I get it.
That's right.
That's a really good dad joke.
So, Ash, tell me, what is one thing that made you laugh?
Really, it was coming up with the idea to even do this podcast and to call it the PASHLEY Pod. And for those of you that don't know, our team nickname is PASHLEY because Patrick and Ashley. And we have the tattoos to prove it, but we're not going to show you that on this episode.
Hold on. I can show.
Oh boy. Don't
For those who want to see.
I think that's good. Amy, don't hate us for this. She hates anything with feet. So apologize. That won't happen ever again.
We were in Austin, Texas in 2012 or 2013. And
I
we've
think it
been
was
married.
right after we got married, not long after.
So maybe
that.
2011. And we were headed to Wizard Academy, which is, by the way, the source of many of our learnings. And I'm sure on the PASHLEY pod, we're going to end up talking a lot about that. But
Yes,
we were,
the best marketing school ever.
that's right.
Really.
And we were hanging out and we're like, hey, let's get a tattoo. And the question that often comes up is, Patrick, why did you only get the P and Ashley gets the Ashley? And the answer is, I'm also the A.
Yeah, wink, wink. He's
So
the A.
P-A, Pa, and she's the Shully.
Yep. That's your story. You're sticking to it.
Well, Ash, one thing that made me laugh is this morning I swallowed a piece of surgical tape.
Yes, that made me laugh as well. Can you explain why and how this went down?
Yes, I have begun taping my mouth shut like a hostage victim to go to sleep at night. Why?
Because you snore.
Well, not anymore. And that's because I get a little thin piece of tape and I tape it my upper lip to my bottom lip, and it works great. And
It does work. It's very effective.
yeah. And you told me to do this about a month ago because you were kind of getting sick and tired of me snoring.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, folks, if you have not tried the surgical tape move, you do have to. I have a deviated septum, so I am a mouth breather most of the time. But what I have found is that this little piece of surgical tape does work well. However, I swallowed it this morning. Why would I have swallowed it? Did it like come off of my mouth? And did it like off the lips?
How is
into
this
the mouth?
physically possible?
Okay, well, here's what happens. In the morning, as I'm waking up, which as another aside, sometimes you'll say like, good morning, and I'll say, good morning.
Yes, it's like forgetting to take your seatbelt off when you get out of the car. He tries to talk with his tape still on, so it's hilarious.
As a result, I take this little piece of tape, crumple it up into a tiny ball, and I put it next to the nightstand. And also sitting on the nightstand are 2 pills that I take every morning, 2 little tiny pills, thyroid medication. And I grabbed 2 pills, put them in my mouth, drank with my bottle of water, and didn't really think anything of it until maybe a minute later when I stood up to get out of bed and I looked down and there was still a pill on the dresser. And what did I say to you?
You said, well, this is going to make you laugh. And indeed, it did. He took his surgical tape supplement this morning.
So Johnny, who is on the Jigsaw Health customer happiness team, he is responsible for all of these Johnny jokes. That's why we called him Johnny Jokes. I sent him the show notes, and he said, "You actually swallowed a piece of surgical tape? Is that like biodegradable?" And I was like, "Well, I guess we'll find out tonight."
Oh gosh. Anyways, don't try this at home.
So Ash, what is one thing that you learned?
One thing I learned is that going viral on social media is very hard, but it's not impossible. And I kind of thought it was impossible for me until this weekend. And we'll go into it maybe a little later. But over the weekend, we did do a post that seems to have gone viral, and it's very exciting.
That post is on Orchard Pickleball Instagram. The link to our Instagram is in the show notes. In fact, the links to all of our Twitter and Instagrams are in the show notes. We would love for you to follow us. We think it's going to be a fun journey. We'll obviously keep track of what happened to the surgical tape and update you tomorrow. The post that we did is, I think, a great piece of marketing. If you go to Orchard Pickleball, you'll see it. It's a little thing that says, it's a portrait post that says, world's first pickleball documentary
Is here.
And then you swipe. And the next page is to say, did the world need a pickleball documentary? Probably not, but we made one anyway, so you be the judge. Comment below pickle, and we will send you a free YouTube link to watch all 6 episodes. That post has now had how many comments, Ashley?
About 3,800.
3,800 comments in that post. We have on Orchard Pickleball, how many followers did we have, and what are we up to now?
We had, I want to say, just under 3,000 followers, and now we're at like over 4,200 followers.
So at Saturday, Sunday, Monday, in 3 days, we've gained 1,500 followers. We set that post up using a technique that you saw from someone else on Instagram that was using that to be like, hey, write a comment and we'll send you a link for a recipe. What was that recipe?
It was on the Mediterranean dish, which is a fun page that I follow on Instagram. She's always posting great recipes. And one of the cool things is once you click or comment recipe, she sends a message automatically, and it says, thank you so much for commenting. Please click if you click the button, yes, I follow you, and then we'll send you the recipe. So I was like, okay, so it's a little bit of a call to action before you get the link, but it's like, encouraging people to follow your page also. So it was an interesting test for us, and it's still going gangbusters. So I'm excited to see what happens over the next couple of days. I don't know how long a post typically goes viral for, so we'll see.
Well, that leads me into something that I learned yesterday, which is do not scroll to the left when you're composing a long Twitter thread.
What happens?
You go backwards on the browser and lose everything that you just wrote.
And how long did someone take to do this?
Longer than it took me to swallow a piece of surgical tape.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It took him about an hour to write this post.
Yes.
And when he swiped left with the 2 fingers, let's just say he needed to walk it off.
Walk it off. You are correct, Ashley. I did. We went and got some coffee. And you are correct. You told me, look, TLDR is just don't write long posts on Twitter.
And for those who don't know what TLDR is, it's time you learn. Too long, didn't read. It's a thing,
It is.
It's okay to have a lengthy post, but sometimes it's just too long and people don't read it.
That's right. Let's check in on the comments real quick. I think I can show them. Johnny, this might be the Johnny from Johnny Jokes. Love you guys. So happy you're doing a pod.
Good, Johnny. You're going to be on the pod pretty soon. So.
That's right. Maybe we'll have Johnny come in for the jokes. That way people can get mad at him. Although Sunil did say, tis on that dad joke. And Sunil, you left a couple of comments. Yes, we're going to read and reply to some of the comments. We're curious on some of this intrigue. One of the questions Neil asked was 3,000 followers and how much total time, guys? Well, Orchard Pickleball, we started that account on Instagram probably a year and a half ago.
Yeah, August of 2022.
And so it was about a year and a half that we got to 3,000 followers. And in 3 days, we added 1,500.
Great
followers.
question, because that context really matters in this situation, because, it helps.
Yeah. One more nice comment from Johnny. Ashley is glowing. Drop that skincare routine. Kind of a funny thing, because tell them what you were just doing.
Well, I did a video interview with Shannon Thorpe. She is a medical esthetician that has formulated a new skincare line for Jigsaw Health. It's a daytime moisturizer, a nighttime eye cream, and a nighttime face balm. All amazing products. I've actually been using them for, over 10 years. As she has been my esthetician. She's absolutely masterful at what she does. But these formulas are just amazing. And so she's teamed up with Team Jigsaw, and now you can get it at jigsawhealth.com. I think we're going to call it like it's not officially out yet.
It's not officially out yet, but you can sign up at jigsawhealth.com to be on the newsletter, and we will notify you when that comes out. It's a really great 3-product piece that
a beauty bundle, so to speak.
Oh,
but guys can use it too. So
guys want to be beautiful.
I know. I mean, you are beautiful, but yes, you need to wash your face and use something besides Dial soap on it.
Ash, give me one thing that you loved.
One thing I loved about yesterday was going to brunch at a place near our house called Zingara. It's an Italian coffee and restaurant, little market. We know the owners. They're an Italian family, and they have a little shop in there where they have all these goods that you can buy that have been imported from Italy, like real Italian pasta, sauces, all kinds of like fun things that you can get. And the ingredients and everything that they make are so good. They don't use any inflammatory seed oils. They import their flour from Italy, and like everything that you get there just tastes so much better. It's like you're eating in Italy, and that's hard to find in the US. And I really care about the ingredients in the food that I consume. So it's really cool that we have this little place by our house. So check out Zingara Market if you live here in the Scottsdale area.
It's on Shea and 130th Street, and it has the most amazing avocado toast with perfect eggs on the top. They also do like these pickled onions that are great. What is the spread that they use? Is it like a lemon?
It's a whipped feta.
Oof, it's so good.
Some sort of spread that they put just underneath the avocado, and it's like, it's game changer. It's really good.
My favorite thing that I loved is my morning routine that I've been now doing for 6-ish, 7, 8 months, and I've recently added to it. So the morning routine is wake up, swallow surgical tape.
I'm telling him he should probably nix that one,
Go to the bathroom. Everybody's got to do it. Nobody talks about it, but you're like too personal.
No, I love it. Go for it. You do you.
And the next is working out on tonal. Joe Rogan said something in a podcast or something that really struck a chord with me. He said, most people think, Joe Rogan, obviously you love to work out. He said, I hate working out. I just tell myself it's something that gets done. And that was a very good learning for me and trigger for me and motivation for me 8-ish months ago to say, you know what, Patrick, you're 46 years old. You've been athletic in your life, but you've never had a real workout routine. You pickleball for 2 hours, but you're not lifting weights. You need to start lifting weights. So I just started to say every morning to myself, after the restroom, it's what gets done. It has changed my life in multiple ways. Working out, normally it's a HIIT workout. Shout out to Lance Dreher, Dr. Fitness, who works out with personal training clients at Jigsaw Health HQ in Scottsdale. He taught me how to work out, I would say, the best, most efficient way, which is like upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body, core. And when
That's
you
pretty
do
good.
that, it's like good luck getting to 25, 30 minutes because it is cardio. It's hard.
No breaks.
No breaks. I've also incorporated, there's a great back. Oh, well, here's the thing about Tonal 2. The other day, I showed you, I was like, Ashley, look where I am in the standings. There was 70,000 or so people
that have a tonal.
That are like doing these workouts.
And we can link to the tonal in the show notes too. This is an
They know how to
amazing
get it.
piece of equipment. They know about it?
Well, they know how to get it. What?
Oh, you know how to get it. Anyways, tonal, if you haven't heard about it, it goes on your wall. It takes up like no space, but it's like a full body gym this.
And out of 70,615 participants, this is going to sound bragging, and it is kind of a humble brag. I'm going to show the screen right here what number I was on that. I was 123rd. After 30 days of working out, my time on Tonal was 15 hours and 40 minutes, which is about a 30-minute workout, including the 10-minute back yoga thing that I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fantastic.
And you have lost how much weight in the last year?
I've lost about 25 pounds in the last year.
Pretty good.
And one of the other keys has been actually just cutting out alcohol. Last summer, we stopped drinking during the week.
We just lost like 18 viewers because you said that. I'm just kidding.
Good trick. I mean, you can keep drinking. I'm not being a teetotaler here. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying for me, at now 47 years old, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've had all the drinks that I've needed to have in my life. And January 1st, I also had some like liver enzymes that had my doctor like sort of nagging me about for this last 8 years. Like, maybe cut back a little bit. And those liver enzymes, even after cutting back, were still kind of there. So January 1st, I quit cold turkey, 90 days, not a single drop, and I didn't miss it. And in the last month, I've had 4 glasses of wine, and it's kind of like, yeah, it's nice. But a lot of that comes down for me to the morning routine that started with Joe Rogan saying it's what gets done. And once you start to get results there, like I was, wow, okay, now what other results? What else?
It makes you motivated to want to do more, right? To do more good things for yourself. Jeff Doyle has a question. Does that type of workout benefit your pickleball game? And if so, in what way, Patrick?
Well, I wouldn't really know because right now I also have a toe injury.
He's a mess.
I'm a mess. I haven't pickled in a while. Jeff, the Dirty Doyle, one of our friends here in the Phoenix area. So
actually, you might have played your very first pickleball tournament, fun fact, with Jeff Doyle.
I did.
Men's doubles. That was cool. That was a few years ago.
We lost in the bronze medal match, if I recall correctly.
To Hank Haney? No, that was another one.
That was a different time.
Anyways, good to see you, Jeff. I have been also incorporating the tonal workout. I don't know that it's improved my pickleball game necessarily, but maybe the backhand roll. Maybe I have a little bit more speed on the backhand roll because my arms are stronger. My forearms, working all those small muscles, and yeah, I think that's the benefit for me.
You're definitely hotter.
Oh, well, thank you.
The latest thing that we talked about, and all of that talking about the tonal, I did not plan to talk on, but you know me, I'm long-winded. I wanted to mention that we just got a new rowing machine. It's a Hydrow, Hydrow. I've done it twice. Saturday was the first time, and today was actually the second time. And I've never done any kind of rowing. It's kind of awesome. I can see getting addicted to it. Today I did a HIIT workout on the rowing machine. 20 minutes. You're sort of like going hard for a minute, slowing down, going hard for a minute. I love it. So I'm excited to see how we sort of incorporate that into the morning routine. The morning routine is actually getting
long. Like we're gonna have to start getting up at like 4 a.m. to get all this in.
It's getting busy with it.
Okay, so things we're digging right now. I am really digging rewatching Ozark. I don't know if you've seen that show, but maybe one of the best dramas to date.
Yes.
Before we rewatched Ozark, we rewatched why am I spacing?
I don't know. I'm spacing too. We were watching
Succession.
Yes.
And we loved rewatching it so that we could like have no breaks in between seasons and just kind of like, I don't know. It's just neat when you don't have to stop, right? You can just kind of like, and Ozark just, they did such a great job with it. And I don't know, noticing like how they filmed it and how they lit every scene and stuff like that after doing our own pickleball documentary now and like having to pay attention to those things. It kind of gives you a different lens to look at, other shows and that kind of thing through. So that's been really fun for me.
My favorite part of rewatching Succession is that there's a lot of subtlety that I feel like I missed when we watched it as it was coming out. And it's sort of easier to follow the plot. They wrote it as they like wrote the show for an informed audience, I think. Like instead of hand holding you the whole time, they really want you to pay attention. Well, it's hard to do when you're seeing one show every other week. Succession, gosh, the other trick I would say about Succession, which is on HBO, if you watch it as if it's a comedy, it is hilarious.
Yeah.
It is so good. It doesn't seem like it's a comedy, but when you watch it as a comedy, it's fantastic. One thing that I have been digging is the Ibiza Lounge playlist on Spotify. Ashley, you introduced this into our life about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. Just look up Ibiza Lounge. Also, there's a link in the show notes. But it's just a good energy, but not hyped energy, just like a good calm energy.
It's just background music. But it's kind of like what you would want to listen to if you're just like hanging out at a pool and just, great vibes and not annoying. You can still think, but like it's good energy. Yeah.
For me, Ashley and I were professional musicians for about 8 years. We played covers for corporate events and for weddings and stuff like that. And I can't really listen to pop music anymore. I get
PTSD
from Uptown Funk and Journey, Don't Stop Believing, etc. And I realize that those are awesome songs and everyone else loves those songs. But when you've played those songs 500 times, it's a little tough. The other thing is too, for me as a musician, I feel like most music that I listen to, I'm hearing the parts and thinking about how to play it. Ibiza Lounge is just like, oh, this is just vibe music that usually it's driving from place to place. It doesn't put us to sleep, but it doesn't like amp us up. We used to have a rule after a gig, no talking,
no music.
So if we were 30 minutes from home, it was quiet in the car the whole time.
I just want to say hi, Wendy Steiner. I hope you're doing amazing.
Oh, sorry. Hi, Wendy.
Miss seeing you. Tuesday Night Pickleball is going to be starting up again in the fall. We will see you hopefully a lot more then.
And Rev Didi Moore on Spotify. Look up Ibiza, IBIZA Lounge. There's also a link in the show notes, which should be there. Ashley, what is one thing that you want to accomplish today?
Well, I did accomplish it, and that is
high five.
To do the skincare interview with Shannon Thorpe to talk about Jigsaw Health's new skincare line coming out. That was what I was all psyched up about. Plus, of course, doing our first podcast, which we knew was going to kind of suck.
You're stealing mine.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That was what I wanted to accomplish today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we don't read each other's show notes. That's part of the fun.
No. Well, often our brains are kind of on the same page, so sorry about that.
We wrote this morning. I think we're going to do this podcast at 10 a.m. each day, so it'll be the last part of our morning routine. It's mostly about the things that we learned yesterday, or rather, I should say, one thing that made us laugh yesterday, one thing that we learned yesterday, and one thing that we loved about yesterday, and also some things that we're digging.
Yeah. And another thing we'd love to encourage is like, if you guys have questions about anything we're doing or anything we talk about, we'd love to have you submit those and we can address them.
How do they contact us?
Well,
we haven't set that up yet.
We are going to set up an email. What do you want it to be?
Let's do it as Pashley at jigsawhealth.com.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Okay.
P and then Ashley
Yeah.
at jigsawhealth.com. But it's really PA Shully at jigsawhealth.com. But wait like for 5 minutes because I have to go set that email up.
Yeah, it'll be active in 10 minutes.
Do you want to get it or do you want me to get it?
You get it.
No, I think you get it. You're better at email.
Oh, I'll get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. You set it up. I'll get the email.
Okay.
So now you know who you're emailing. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. This was really fun.
One last random note. We've got a section called the randoms. I only have one bullet point in there.
He added that. I didn't see that section.
Yeah, well, you don't read the show notes. Breaking Pickleball is a documentary that we made. We've been talking about it. So
yes.
If you didn't know that by now, I can't imagine you didn't. I noticed, by the way, that Sunil said, I already watched all 6 episodes late last week and wanted to know when you were going to be bringing this concept to Texas. Not sure. We'll see. But you, my friends, can all watch Breaking Pickleball right now. Go to breakingpickleball.com. We had the original deadline set for yesterday, Sunday, April 21st. We decided last night, since the post was doing so well, to extend the deadline to 1 week, Sunday, April 28th, all 6 episodes. And you... What was I going to say? You just sign up, you give us a good email, and we'll send you the link for episode 1. And then after that, we're going to be working with our production partner to pitch Breaking Pickleball to Netflix, Amazon, Apple, and Hulu. We'll see if anybody bites.
And I think this comment is perfect to end on. Rob Noonan, yes, you are correct. Patrick does look almost unrecognizable without his nose Band-Aid on.
I told you. I have a deviated septum.
A lot of flair. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you later.
Bye.
I don't know how to end this.
We don't know.
Hold on.
End stream, top right corner.
Oh, red button.
Bye.
Bye.